concluding my presidential challenge runs, we're finding out today if you can beat Fallout New Vegas as John F.
What if there was a place with all the zip of Nuka-Cola?
Hey Vegas Rangers, it's been a while, but I brought you some good news. We finally found a solid female companion from outside old Vegas. Heck, like an old redhead we met, she comes from the East Coast. But don't get too excited, she ain't like that other one. She's smart, intuitive, and a pacifist. Her name is Lunette. But let's talk about her.
Had to do something, and then the overseer came up with a tremendous idea. He was like, "Oh, Lunette, you know we've had our differences as you've grown up. The kick is gone. We can't make another one. You've got the wanderlust in you. Desires for things the vault just can't satisfy."
Lunette was created by Tommy Infinite and friends roughly around May of 2016. Now, information is almost impossible to recover due to the deletion of the mod page. Thanks, Great War. Not even the Hidden Valley scribes or Calyx can see when it was last updated. For one instance, I had Calyx send a holo message across the net for help. What I do know is that it comes with complex scripting, quests, and even a possible romance. Ooh. But, to get to that, let's talk about her.
It's merely a side effect of a temporary disruption of your brain's electrical activity. You're talking about the sononomia? Of course not. It can only happen after you've got a physical...
Lunette comes from a vault along the East Coast. Though we don't learn the number, it's somewhere in that region. Though she's vault-born, she is able to handle herself relatively well, though she's taken a vow to never take a life. Maybe she got that from the Hippocratic Oath, I'm not entirely sure. But she developed the Rejector, a plasma pistol that does no damage but has a hell of a knockback. Say she's pretty smart, very intelligent, good surgeon when you need it, and her GOAT exam said she was a stylist. So she can change her hair to anything she wants, though mainly if you ask her to. Though why you would change her hair, I don't really know. Personal preferences, I guess. But she really likes it when you do good things. She hates evil things, and hell, if you try working with the Legion or you start murdering people out for no reason, I bet she'll leave you real quick. But if you're a good-natured soul... Oh, and if you're thinking of blossoming up to her, getting real close, don't visit the Thorn or Sarah Weintraub. She don't really like that kind of behavior. She hates the vault life, and if you try going into Vault 21, she'll ask that you not stay too long. I get that, having been born in a vault all your life, you wouldn't want to stay in that the minute you got out. She's not just a companion we go in and pick up. She's got a...
The famous courier who survived getting shot in the head, and his faithful companion, Miss Short. I couldn't track the Gex signal by myself. You both just solved the puzzle for me. All I have to do is claim the prize.
Stumbling around Good Springs after 10 Nuka victories, we came across a torn journal page. Following the vague directions, we trekked down the other pages until we found a young woman standing just outside Hidden Valley. Approaching her was, an experience. Hey, I'm not gonna hurt you.
No! This is some kind of trick! Go away!
Listen. Just because Tennessee T looks very disturbing does not mean he's gonna eat you.
Come closer or I'll shoot! I mean it!
Ooh. Do it. You're not. Do it. Fucking do it. You're not gonna shoot me. She shot me! She said she lost her glasses, and with the encouraging bark of my dogs, we help her out, along with the grunting of Tennessee T. I miss that mutant. Afterwards, we headed back to Trudy's to talk, and we learned that Lunette came from the East Coast, old DC, and had an encounter with my old CO Autumn, though she recalls his name as Summer, but maybe it's just her memory. So what's your story?
Okay. I'm from Vault 103. I was born there, just like any other kid. I was destined to spend the rest of my life there. and I actually enjoyed living there. No dangers, no worries. Everything was alright.
Then what happened?
The Enclave happened.
Sorry, the what?
Somehow, they managed to gain access to the vault from the outside. They came looking for the Gek.
The Enclave? Why do they need a Gek?
I don't know for sure. My guess is they wanted to start the Purifier in Washington, D.C. Did you hear that story?
Wait, what? Who didn't? In the end, the Lone Wanderer with the help of the Brotherhood kicked their asses. Command's gonna have my ass. Yeah, if I wasn't me, and you don't need to worry about how I know this, I would question how someone like a random courier would know about something that went all the way across on the East Coast, and who the Lone Wanderer is.
Yes, that's what happened. But I really know nothing about the Lone Wanderer. In the vault, we barely got any news from outside. Do you know anything about that person?
Well, since I am myself, I know a good bit. You don't need to worry about how I know a bit about the Enclave and DC and Purifier and the fucking Brotherhood and Lone Wanderer, motherfucker. I heard the Lone Wanderer was a boy.
A boy?
Grimmer.
And oh, Lunette, you know we've had our differences as you've grown up. The Gek is gone. We can't make another one. You've got the wanderlust in you. Desires for things the vault just can't satisfy. People want to leave the vault, and I'll be out of a job. Simply put, get us another Gek.
Man had his priorities in order. Her vault needs a Gek, so her overseer sent her and her father out. What's it with these vault types needing that thing? Nah, I can't really tell you. Anyways, since we had a Pip-Boy, she merges our links, or some techno-babble, in order to isolate the signal. So that meant we had to roam around together, go on some adventures, before it could complete. Before we do that, she told me she won't take a life or wear anything I give her. She'll hold on to it, but she's not going to wear that combat armor. She had a modified plasma pistol called the Rejector for its knockback. Didn't matter much to me. I am and will always be a walking arsenal backed by a cyberdog, a ferocious canine, and a grunting mole miner named Tennessee T. Ah, what a fellowship. Eventually, she was able to isolate the signal to some old, hidden bunker up north, just past West Side and near the Horowitz farmstead. The place had clearly seen better days. It was drenched in darkness, so putting on my detective cap and eyeglass, I wandered around looking for the circuit breakers to restore power. After more time than I would like to admit, I did it on my own without the help of Calyx. I'm confused. I'm trying to think of where else. If I was the mod author, where would I put it? In this pitch black room. Thank you, mod author. Wow, it's almost as if he literally heard me. I'm glad. Okay, so where the fuck was it? Stepping inside, we came across a strange room before coming onto the Gek. That was easy, I said.
Well, well, well.
Oh!
We finally meet. The famous courier who survived getting shot in the head, and his faithful companion, Miss Short. Beast, would you kindly...
What? Oh! Fuck! Fuck, I groaned. Lunette was reasonably upset, but since we can track the Gek, we only need a little bit more time for it to isolate again. Looks like another batch of adventuring for us. After the signal reappeared on our radar, I loaded up my makeshift laser pistol and trekked all the way to the west of Good Springs. That was awfully convenient. I don't remember there being any sort of facility over there. There we found the Evil Doc's hideaway, Dr. Grimmer. Who he is and what he works for, I can't really tell you, but he just needs a Gek to do so. And we cornered him. Save. Say my name.
courier.
You're goddamn right!
Oh, I can't believe I fell for that old gag.
We fought through his robot security force until we ran into his shadow, a super mutant. We had encountered him before back in the vault, and that's what knocked us out. Then we learn it's Lunette's father. She begged me not to kill him, said she couldn't bear the thought of harming him. So, with her powerful rejector and 10 CT as the immediate distraction, I managed to charge up the cell and knock the mutie inside. We do some more science mumbo-jumbo and free him of the doc's mind control. I guess he's a psychic? I'm not really too sure about that. Anyways, the two reunited while me and T stood on the sidelines looking like an odd man out. Odd man out and an odd mutie out. Then we chased Grimmer into a helipad where we had a cinematic standoff.
Nice to see you two again. I see no daddy here. Is he taking a nap?
No more talks, Grimmer! You have nowhere to go!
Oh, Miss Short. I won't bother with trivial talk now. I'll merely mention that you should learn to mind your surroundings.
What's he talking about?
I don't know. Oh! I should have seen that coming.
I guess that about does it.
Well, that could have honestly gone better. It's not my brightest days. But, patched up and ready to finish this, we track him down to the boiler room, where he transforms into a giant ghoul and KO'd her dad. I realized he went on lunch and, well, I realized I was pretty much alone without my mutant. But fear not, I did not fear, as I had a nuke! Or humor. Oh, fuck!
Oh, that was impressive. I actually stole the idea of the gun from that sibling bitch of yours. I may even patent it. But first, I'm going to kill all witnesses, starting with you. Dance for me, courier.
Oh, fuck. Alright, buddy. Oh! Tesla and Beaton would like to remind you, don't use their weapons. Ow! There we go.
You're annoying me, courier.
Uh-huh.
But you know what? I think that's for the best.
Why is that?
I wanted to try this later, but you just gave me a good reason to do it now.
What the fuck? Oh. Oh.
You see, I will crush you like the little fly you are. There is no way out of this, courier. Prepare to die.
Well, you know what they say. Yep, in the deck. Oh.
You're strong, courier. We could accomplish so much together. Had you chosen my side. But I guess it's too late now. Prepare to die.
Not so fast, you son of a bitch.
Hasta la vista, ghoulie. With a geck in our hands, Lunette in our band, and Holy Mother Mary Zion! What the?
We're good to go, guys. Let's get in the vertibird and get out of here.
Oh fuck!
Wait, what is
Oh
that
fuck!
thing? Is that...
Did you think you had defeated me?
I mean, I hope that time bomb did it. Let's lock and load! Hey, don't shoot my dog! Loading! Ow! Wait, I promised I would disintegrate him. And I intend to keep that promise. Yeah!
Can't believe we're flying this thing.
Fucking A! Lunette and her father said their goodbyes and walked off in the sunset like the heroes of a silver screen. As for me, I took a light vacation and had a nice nuke of victory with the pups and tea, before I got a ping on my Pip-Boy about like 3 days later. Lunette was apparently back in town. And strange, it's only been like a few days. When I had to walk over here, it took like 4 months. And let me tell you, that's granted. I walked around 12 hours a day, every day, and I stuck like a swamp boy from Lookout, let me tell you. But anyways, we banded back up and went to claim the Doc's old house for Lunette. Yeah, I mean, I really didn't have any place for her to live at the moment. I don't know much about Doc Grimmer, I can't really say anything about him, but, oh god.
It's always nice to see you, Master.
I'm not calling you that.
Phase 1. Lubrication commencing.
He kept some interesting company. I guess he was a very, very lonely old man. Yet I have also neglected to mention the growing closeness the two of us have had. Now listen, Hope is always number one. She will always be number one. But, you know, we haven't really talked since, we haven't really talked since I went to Zion. It's been a little bit difficult, I'll admit that. But, maybe this is a new start. Maybe this is a brand new beginning. We've been all over, me and Lunette, we've been all over the Mojave. Help people, put down some scum, well, at least I did. And, we just got to know each other really well. To the point where we had to have that talk about, when friendships started getting more complicated. The weather's getting hotter, words getting disjointed, and the heart thumps more. It's those kinds of feelings. Well, you know how that always goes.
What? I mean... Oh... Oh crap. I don't really mean crap. Well, I need time to think. Let's talk tomorrow, okay? I'm not ready for this. Really.
And then the,
I've never really been with someone before. And I got kind of turned off when I would see girls flirting with boys in the vault. It was like their IQs would drop by 30 points or something. I thought I'd never want to act so stupid. I didn't say that! I was dating someone. Someone very special. Someone I loved. Well, really, something I couldn't live without. Science. You think I'm crazy? Maybe I am. I can never get my fill of knowledge. Call it my personal kind of lust. You probably don't need someone like me. You think I'm sweet? That's a charming thing to say. Oh, I'm not used to this kind of conversations. My face feels all hot. Let's drop this for now.
Then it gets kind of awkward. You know, we push it aside. I mean, it's not like it'll...
That pulse is very delicate. Daisy, Daisy, give me your message.
Oh, shut up!
For someone who's never had any romantic relations or thoughts or, you know, that kind of thing, Lunette, she was adorable beyond measure. I'll tell you that. It was really cutesy, and she was really adorable. And we didn't. It wasn't just immediately take off my clothes, brave mercenary. Oh Lord! And you have to actually get her to like you. So it's a lot better than some other blonde I know in the redhead I have buried out in Lady Gibson's scrapyard. Well, that's that. That's all she wrote. But she's got more to her. Let's talk about...
I've gone through far too much trouble to get my hands on it. Over my dead body.
Lunette isn't just a scientific photographer. No. She was a hairstylist, according to the goat. Lunette can copy the hairstyle you tell her to, as well as change her hair color, giving you multiple choices to have her look. As she levels with you, it's your choice whether she goes down the path of the scientist or the path of the doctor. This affects how she can interact with you in some quests. She'll even chip in sometimes. Lunette was designed to journey with you from start to finish, but with the help of Calyx, you can fill in the gap. She also comes with perks, scholar help. Lunette will be able to give you one more skill point when you level up. Lunette is great and all, but why don't we talk about some of the things I think could be...
Oh no! This can't be! The Beast! He's my father!
I suppose I have to talk about the mutant in the room. No, not you, Tennessee T. How she walked from DC to Vegas for a Gek. A very specific Gek that's not extraordinary for as far as I'm aware. It's stretched out because how else could she have gotten here? Why this specific Gek and not one in any other vault? I'm certain there's stuff in Appalachia, Tennessee, Wyoming, Maine, Carolinas, Georgia, Mississippi, and who is Grimmer? He's just a really one-note villain whose motives are evil, I should say. I'm sorry. My report seems to be oh wait, we don't really have what his motives were, like what his exact motives were. Okay. The best I can recall is that it had to deal with mutants. Who he works for and what even his base is. I have no intel, or my memory's just faulty. He's a villain because we needed a villain. And other than reuniting her with her dad, there's really no change, besides not being orphaned. Lunette is the same, start to finish. She's got that and similar with Miss Willow and the redhead. But she does remain a pacifist the entirety of the adventure and cannot be persuaded to take up the act of violence. It's just not in her mind. There's just kind of, it's like the events like 60 years ago when the NCR was just forming up, then there's that Navarro incident, the tribals, some story about that. There's just kind of no nuance to it. It's got pop culture, but it doesn't really do anything with it besides be pop culture. The story's not trying to say something, it's just a story. And, I have a friend named Mr. Hippo, and he had this to say.
Sometimes a story is just a story. If you try to read into every little thing and find meaning in everything anyone says, you'll just drive yourself crazy. I had a friend do it once. Wasn't pretty, we talked about it for years. And not only that, but you'll likely end up believing something you shouldn't believe, and thinking something you shouldn't think, or assuming something you shouldn't assume,
Like, Lunette, she doesn't evolve or change in this story. Maybe that's okay. Not all commands have to significantly change like Lily, but even then, she's more round than flat Lunette in that regard. Lily at least changes depending on her quest. She's either on her meds, or she's aggressive and off her fucking meds. Pardon my language, Father in the Caves, but I'm not sure why, but for someone Vault-born, she's quickly adapted to survive the months trek to make it here, and is still pacifist. I don't know how she's able just to ward off all these bandits and monsters with just the rejector. I mean, sure, the knockback could knock him out, but I don't really know. My change for this would be to at least get her able to wear armor and or make the rejector lethal throughout the story, and definitely make Grimmer make Grimmer a real character, at least. Give him motive, give him reason, make him be the one that's put her vault in jeopardy, and this Gek is a special Gek, it's modified. Or Grimmer stole the Gek from her vault and she's got to get it back. Something. Anything. Any of these would have had lasting effects and different perks to make our choices have more meaning. But she's still overall good. I mean, before we start talking about this, let's get to the...
Establishing a connection is very risky. That's not something like connecting two terminals or inserting a hollow disk. It's something far more serious. Our pit boys are biologically linked to us. They're us. I don't know what might happen if we try to merge them together. It's a big risk, and I can't ask you to take it just because of my uncertain quest.
Lunette was a breath of fresh, non-muty air, and the fact that the actual relationship takes work for it to blossom is just the cherry on this fancy lad cake. At least compared to Willow and the redhead never named, also buried in Gibson's scrapyard. She has amazing scripting, characterization, and a standout quest with some cinematic flair. That takes some real coding. I saw some stuff in this with the, it reminds me of New California and the Frontier. One of those will be coming soon, shortly after some initiation. But that's not here. And it's got some grammar issues too that a mod still remaining on the Nexus can fix up. Lunette earns a score of, she earns a Nuka Wild out of a Nuka Victory. A 4 out of 5. On the cusp of perfection, it just needs a little bit better writing. That's all it really needs. You have everything there. The quests are fine. The set pieces are fine. It just needs a little bit better writing. And then it'll be perfect. Perfect. Just like Hope Lies. But I gotta go check something out. Apparently there's some sort of initiation going down. And then, I gotta tune in for the New California tabletop game while it's running. We're doing a whole thing about that. New California. Be born again in Vault 18. Grand adventure. Will you take the path of the scientist or the path of the warrior? But that's for later. Well, now everybody, Mercs and vault dwellers alike, tribals, NCR, and even legionnaires listening to this radio show. You be safe out there. And remember, fight the good fight.
What you've seen is just a sliver of what this facility can provide. If you wish to see more, all we require is the press of a button. Display your utility to us, and perhaps we'll allow you to join our little enclave, and allow you access to all this place is capable of.